In this lesson, we are going to study Introduction to the Simple Present Tense. So, let us begin. The simple present tense. Number one, form. How do you make this tense? Affirmative, negative, and interrogative. In affirmative sentence, we use the subject, then verb, and then objects. Most of the languages in the world, they follow subject, verb, and object structure. But some languages, they don't, such as Urdu and Saraiki. They follow subject, object, and verb structure. But word order here is subject, verb, and object. For example, I teach English. I subject, teach verb, English object. She eats apples. He watches television. They play soccer. Girls sing song. Negative, we use does not here or do not. Subject plus does or do not, then verb, and then object. Such as, I do not teach English. She does not play cricket. And interrogative, we use do or does in the beginning. Do or does in the beginning, such as, then we use subject, then we use verb, and then we use object, such as, do I teach English? Do you play cricket? Do they eat apples? Does she go to college? So, structure is subject, verb, and object, and for negative, we use does or do. So, where do we use does? And where do we use do? I, we, you, he, she, it, they. If you look at the pronouns with I, we, you, and let me write they here on top so that they are together. They. Here we use do with all of them, and he, she, it, we use does with these. Like I do not play cricket. We do not play cricket. You do not play cricket. They do not play cricket. He does not play cricket. She does not play cricket. It does not rain in winter. So, in this present simple tense, we use subject, verb, and object, and we use does or do not in negative and interrogative. Now, this is the form. This is the form. Next, let's go to the next part, and that is where do we use this tense? What is the application or what is the usage of this tense? Well, when we look at its application, it is number one, it is used for facts, facts which are true. Where do we use this tense, the present simple tense? We use it for number one, for facts. Now, facts are of different types. For example, religious texts. If you look at holy books, usually present tense is used. Why? Because the facts that are stated in the holy books, they are true forever. That is why we use the present simple tense to talk about facts. Similarly, Some facts are also scientific facts are also true, like water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. And proverbs and quotations, they're also true for a long time, almost forever. Hundreds of years, those proverbs and sayings, they are being used today. In the same way, some facts are true for a long time, such as I live in Islamabad, I teach English, she works in a bank. Now, these facts are true for a long time. I can change and move from Islamabad to another city, but it is true for a long time. She works in a bank. She can change the job, but she is working right now, so it is true for a long time. In the same way, our habits, our routines, those things that happen after a regular interval, like he goes to church on Sunday, he offers Friday prayer on Friday, he gets up early in the morning. These things are true, and they happen after regular intervals. And here, the interval duration of the interval is not important. Like the next train, the train leaves every or the bus leaves every 5 minutes, or leap year comes after 4 years. So the gap or the interval is not important. Regularity is important, that it should happen. Then similarly, for likes and dislikes, we often repeat those things, so we use the present simple tense. In the same way, when you talk about sports and news media headlines, they also use the present simple tense. Sports commentaries are also in the present tense, and quotations are also in the present tense. So when you talk about facts, habits, routines, things that happen regularly, in addition to these, stative verbs. Stative verbs are the verbs that show feelings, emotions. They show costs, measures, weights. We use the present simple tense, such as he loves her or she loves him, he hates him or she hates him. In the same way, it costs 50 rupees or $1. It weighs 2 pounds. In the same way, I think, I believe, I see. For these, for costs, measures, weights, we use the present simple tense because they are stative verbs, and stative verbs, they show feelings, emotions, perceptions, cause. In the same way, historic, when you talk about events or stories, we usually use the past tense, but we can use historic present as well to tell the story in the present tense to create a vivid picture in the mind of the audience. In the same way, it can also be used for future tense, such as I will leave for Lahore tomorrow or she will leave for London tomorrow. We can say she leaves for London tomorrow. Something that is planned ahead of time, you can use present simple tense for that too. So thank you very much. See you in next class. You will prepare the form and the applications or the uses of the present simple tense, and you will come with your daily routine. Like how do you spend your day? You will use the present simple tense, and you will say, for example, you can make a clock, and here you can say, I get up at 7 o'clock. I spend 2 hours on breakfast and traveling. I start my work or my college at 9 o'clock. I come back home at 2 o'clock. I take lunch at 3 o'clock. I take rest for 2 hours. I do my homework for the next 2 hours. I take dinner at 9 o'clock. I watch television and I go to bed at 11 p.m. So in this way, when you talk about similar, when you describe things, for example, describe your city, you will use the present simple tense as well. So you can prepare your daily routine and write down a paragraph and come prepared for more practice in the next class. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.